Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for tapping into another episode of this Big Mouth TV / news, radio, podcast, all that in one. Y'all new to the channel, hit that like and that subscribe. We finna jump into it. Alright, man, we back with part 2. RIP to Takeoff, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to come back with a second verse of part 2 of this right here, man. We found out some new news and stuff that's been going around. The autopsy came back, shows that this young man was hit twice in the head and one in the torso. You know, man, it's sad, man. RIP to Takeoff, man. Yeah, man, it's sad, man. A bunch of stuff going down in Houston. Come to find out, this young man's killer, he's been killed as well. Right after the next day or a couple days after this young man was shot, they found out, I believe, allegedly, where the bullet came from. It came from some guy from the Prince family camp, allegedly. And the guy that allegedly supposed to have killed Takeoff is now deceased himself. He's been found shot and dead and deceased. RIP to that young man, and prayers goes to his family as well. But yeah, man, they try to say it all started with Quavo getting into an argument with one of Jay Prince fellas from Jay Prince camp, you know, and what we hear is that Jay Prince camp was the only ones that was allowed to have weapons inside the establishment. But Quavo got into an argument with one of Jay Prince's guys, and a punch was thrown. We're not for sure who threw the punch. Was it Quavo or the other guy? But a punch was thrown, and right after the punch was thrown, gunshot erupted. But now, if you take a look at the video, you can clearly hear Quavo arguing with some guy, and you hear Quavo saying, "Come on, man, let's get out of here." He said, you hear Quavo saying, "Let's go," before I've been to hurt somebody. And if you really, really listen, you hear somebody say, "You ain't gonna hurt nobody." And that's when the punch was thrown and the gunshots erupted. Takeoff was hit twice in the head and one in the torso. RIP to Takeoff, man. Sad, man. That was a good group, man. It was a good group. Now Quavo is all alone. Because before Takeoff passing, Offset had left the group. We're not for sure where Quavo and Offset stands at this point, but I'm sure they both feeling, shooken up on both sides. Our prayers goes out to Quavo, prayers goes out to Offset, the Migos. They came out young, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing. We're gonna miss them, man. We're gonna miss Offset. I mean Takeoff. Sorry about that. I meant Takeoff. We're gonna miss Takeoff. Yeah, man. It's crazy. But a lot of things going down in Houston. We want to pray for the city of Houston as well. We hope violence, don't find itself erupting all down there in Houston and stuff. Atlanta as well. I hear, it's supposed to be no-fly zone in Atlanta, no-fly zone in Houston. Our prayers goes out to both sides, man. But Jay Prince, the Prince Senior, the dad of the two guys that threw the party for the Migos, he came on Instagram and said his piece and wished the family prayers and things like that, and condolences and things. But Offset family is upset, I heard, at the Prince family. And allegedly, I'm hearing threats has been aimed towards the Prince family as well. They said the Prince family has been receiving threats and things like that. But RP Offset, Takeoff. RP to Takeoff, man. Keep getting these guys' names mixed up. Offset, Takeoff. But RP to Takeoff, man. Gonna be missed, man, dearly. Jay Prince got on social media and said what he had to say. A lot of people don't want to feel that. A lot of people is upset at the Prince family because they said they were supposed to protect these superstars, these young men. They were supposed to be well protected, and they wasn't. In the care and in the hands of Jay Prince Jr., I believe. And there's another one, Jazz Jr. A lot of people was upset at Jay Prince Jr., man. Even Sauce Walker had something to say. Sauce Walker said if it was me, y'all would have been safe if y'all would have came in, in the hands of Sauce Walker. And then Sauce Walker and Jay Prince had words, back and forth, just small words. But anyway, yeah, man, a lot of things, aimed towards the Prince family. Our prayers goes out to the Prince family as well up here at Big Mouth. We don't condone no violence, man. Like I say, man, both sides, man. It's just crazy, man. They just gotta, start, taking things more seriously, things like that. And a lot of people is not calling these guys the mob, saying these guys is fake mob. They don't move like the mob and things like that. A lot of, like I said, Charleston White, the guy from off the internet, he even, when that Jay Prince, the Prince family, said they don't run none up here. We don't care about no mob ties. They mob ties never do anything for little kids or people that's getting hurt or anything like that down there in Houston. Charleston White had a lot to say about mob ties and things, but they said Jay Prince don't run nothing in Houston. Like people think he do. He's nobody really. He just run a record label, and his kids, grew up with privileges and things like that, with a silver spoon in their mouth, and they don't really know nothing about really the streets and things like that. So why are they calling themselves mob ties when black people or black folks in general don't even know nothing about no mob? The real Italian mob, things like that. So why would Rap-A-Lot call themselves or even, associate with themselves with the mob ties? But here's something to the mob ties people out there. If you mob, just know the police is coming after you, man. You got the FBI, they always on the mob. If you would call yourself a mob, then you got the FBI, they own you. They watching you. They just looking for the right moment to come and get you. And they said the police been watching this Jay Prince Sr. for a while, man. But man, we just shaking our heads up here at Big Mouth, man, on the things that's been happening in the rap game and the rap music, but what happened to Takeoff didn't involve anything that had to do with music. It was just something senseless, and bad security, they say. But allegedly, like I said, everybody is mad at the Prince family, so the Prince family, they even spoke out and wished Takeoff family condolences and things like that. But that's the latest, man, of what's going on with Takeoff and things. Like I said, man, Jay Prince Jr. and Jazz Prince, we hope them guys, be safe out there, hope they, they going through it too as well. They supposed to be protecting this young man and failed to do so, and things like that. But sad, man. Keep losing these young men in the rap game. When they have family that needs them, kids that needs them, brothers and sisters that needs them, things like that. But like I say, prayers out to the Prince family and Jay Prince Jr. Hope they be safe out there. And like I said, they have been getting threats towards them as well, man. But Houston really has a problem. There's really a problem going on in Houston right now. We hope we don't get too out of hand. But like we say, we hope Jay Prince stay with security, him and his sons and things like that. Because a lot of people are really, really upset at Takeoff being murdered, man, and things like that. And like I say, man, that was just part 2 of 1. We'll bring y'all some more, man. Till then, that's all we got. Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.